Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. Today we're checking out top 10 British words that sound offensive, but really aren't.
Prick up your lug holes, because there's more to these words than meet the eye. Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we're counting down our picks for the Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 British words that sound offensive, but really aren't. Before we begin, we publish new content every day that sound offensive, but really aren't. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Do it.
For this list, we'll be taking into consideration terms both current and no longer used that have British origins or have become widely used within our language, which certainly sound much worse than what they actually mean. Number 10, dick pot.
Oh.
A perfect way to set the tone for this list. Those of you who are still giggling can stop, because a dick pot is actually a type of earthenware jug from the 1700s. And where might you have been most likely to find one of these? Well, in homes of a similar vintage most likely. According to historian Anne Elizabeth Baker in her publication Glossary of Northamptonshire Words and Phrases, such a pot would be filled with coals and embers and placed underneath garments to keep people warm. So if you're to find a dick pot, you'll find a dick pot under someone's petticoat.
Dick pot. Okay. Dick pot. There's nothing on Wikipedia about dick pot. Oh, I don't think I can show that. So this was a pot that you put coals and burning embers in, and then you put it like underneath you. What I'm getting from this video is that it's not called a dick pot because it's under your penis, but I think it is. It's not offensive. It does sound offensive. Good number 10 for the list. Dick pot.
You'll find a dick pot under someone's petticoat.
Near
Number
their
9, butt shaft. Before anyone's imagination runs wild, this is thought to be a 16th century term which is, or rather was, used to describe a target arrow without a barb. This makes sense when you think about it, as the word butt was used back then when talking about an archery target. The Shakespeare literate among us may have seen the term making an appearance in Love's Labour Lost in the line, Cupid's butt shaft is too hard for Hercules' club. Oh, come on. And if you think this term can't get any more rude sounding, then you'd be mistaken, as it can also be referred to as a prick shaft.
Butt shaft. This was on the thumbnail, so it's an archery term. It's not another term for your rectum, urethra, urectum, urethra, urectum, your urethra, your rectum, your urethra, urectum. Butt shaft.
Number 8, poppycock.
I've heard of poppycock.
Although more commonplace than some of the other words we'll be discussing,
nonsense, right?
There's no denying that it sounds offensive. The term itself is used by the speaker to dismiss something they have heard as rubbish or nonsense. Controversially, this expression is believed to have American origins, although it is also debated to be from the Dutch word papekak, which describes something you might find on the floor of a farm. Enough said. Regardless of its origins, it certainly sounds like one of ours.
It totally sounds like a British word. Poppycock. Although, he said there's a Dutch word for cow crap. Poppycock is a corruption of the Dutch word papekak, a compound of pap, meaning soft, chewed up food, and kak, meaning cack. What is cack? Oh, vomit. To discharge excrement. Okay. Well, it's gotta be the Dutch word.
Number 7, tether a dick. No, this isn't some sort of cruel and unusual punishment, but unless you're a northern sheep farmer from the 19th century, then you're not likely to have cause to know that. Found in the 1898 book, Lakeland Words, your source for dialect and phrases in the Lake District during the late Victorian era, this marvellous piece of English was used to represent the number 13, tether being 3, and dick being 10. Actually, all the words in this bizarre-sounding counting system could have made this list, like pimp, 5 to you and I, or bumfit, 15, or giggit, 20.
Tether a dick. Does sound like a painful Activity, an old name for the number 13 used among sheep farmers and herders. Here's all those words. Yan, Tyan, Tethera, Methera, Pimp, Sethera, Lethera, Hovera, Dovera, Dick, Yanadick, Tanadick, Tetheridick, Metheridick, Bumpfit, Yana Bumpfit, Tiana Bumpfit, Tethera Bumpfit, Methera Bumpfit, Gigot. Gigot sounds dirty. I think we should go back to saying these. This is a lot more fun than just regular counting. You get to say dick a lot. That's fun.
Or gigots 20.
Okay.
Number 6, panshit.
Oh.
It's very likely most of us have borne witness to a panshit on a night out in uni. This good old Scottish locution, which has also been said as panshite or panshine, refers to a state of excitement or panic, basically a commotion.
Oh.
It's widely said that the word is linked to potsherd, a fragment of pottery, and the old-timey practice of throwing pots into people's houses during Shrove Tuesday. So next time you're out on the tiles and you see a fracas, why not impress your friends by telling them there is a bit of panshit up ahead.
Panshit? So it means crazy? A state of excitement or rage. He's gone panshit. Okay. I've never heard this word. I'm gonna have to use it every day. I like this word.
Number 5, sluthole.
Oh.
You'll be forgiven for being offended at the very utterance of this phrase, but fear not, as it is far from malicious in intent. Despite the modern-day implications of the first half of this word, it meant dirt in the Victorian era.
It meant
and
what?
so the term sluthole is a reference to a bin, or at least somewhere in which you put dirt and rubbish. So,
Dirt.
should a Victorian time traveller approach you and ask you where the nearest sluthole is, you can direct them to the closest bin. Fun fact,
Okay.
a collection of dust, which Americans refer to as a dust bunny, was called Slut's Wall.
Sluthole. Yo. I'm afraid to even type that into Google because I don't. Oh, it's on Wikipedia. Oh. Well, Urban Dictionary says it's referring to all holes of a slut. I don't think they really know. Slut hole was a Victorian slang term for the trash can. Yes, it's a garbage can. I mean, kind of the same thing as a slut hole. A slut hole is a slut hole. You know, just different kinds of garbage going in there.
Number 4, skiddycock.
Oh.
One in a lineup of truly offensive sounding bird names that are enough to make even the most outgoing British person's monocle fall into their tea. Close contenders
Skiddycock.
are the hoary puffleg, the masked booby, the fluffy-backed tit babbler, and the ash-breasted tit tyrant, and the golden-rumped flower pecker. Go on
What?
then, one more. The imperial shag. As it happens, the skiddycock is a water bird that can be found wading in wetlands around Europe, Asia,
Wonderful.
and North Africa. The origin of the name could be from an old 17th century word, skit, which
This
means to
woman.
act shy or to move fast.
Yo, these British bird names are brilliant. I love this. Tell me those again.
Close contenders are the hoary puffleg,
The hoary puffleg. Brilliant.
the masked booby,
Masked booby. Okay.
the fluffy-backed tit babbler,
Fluffy backed tit.
and the
I'm sorry, what?
masked booby, the fluffy-backed tit babbler,
The fluffy backed tit babbler. Genius.
and the ash-breasted tit tyrant, and
The ash breasted tit tyrant? Come on now.
the golden-rumped flower pecker.
The golden rumped flower pecker. Wow. These are brilliant names. Way to go, Brits. Brilliant. I envy this. I want to party with you guys. Whoever came up with these names. Let's go out. Let's have a lager.
Number 3, fuck sheet.
Oh.
For the small minority of people who aren't familiar with sailing terminology of the Middle Ages, then we'll have to explain what this means before you get the wrong idea. Fuck, spelt F-U-K, was a reference to the sail which was obviously located on the fuck mast. Sadly, as far as we know, there wasn't a fuck boat, a fuck rudder, fuck deck, or a fuck cabin. The nautical component in question was located on the front of the ship, so when you see a fuck sheet on the horizon, you know a medieval fleet is on its way.
Fuck sheet. Okay. I'm not gonna bleep these out because I'm not really saying that. I really don't need to bleep stuff out in general. I just think it's funnier to bleep out curse words than to leave them in. Fuck sheet is an old middle-aged word that means sail. Is that where the F word came from? Oh, someone has used that as their YouTube channel name. Smart. That's why people think sailors curse so much. They're just doing their job. They're talking about the sail.
Number 2, cockchafer. Not tight-fitting underwear, nor the inner mesh found in a pair of swimming shorts. This word is actually a type of flying cockroach-like insect commonly found across the UK and Europe. Also known as a doodlebug or a maybug, its numbers have fluctuated throughout the years and have grown since the 1980s with increased pest control regulation. They have had quite a role in history.
They're kind of
Nikola
cool looking.
Tesla apparently came up with the idea of one of his first engines by capturing several of them and studying their flights. As well, no fewer than 4 Royal Navy vessels have been named in the creepy crawly's honour.
Cockchafer. I'm not a very hairy guy, so I don't have to chafe my cock. Look at that. Very British sounding name, y'all. Way to go. They're kind of cute. Adorable. What an adorable little cockchafer. Right.
Number 1, tatties. If you are initially offended by this word, calm the hell down. It's just a potato. Another wonderful Scottish term for everyone's favourite roots vegetable.
Tatties.
It can be seen in popular north of the border recipes such as haggis, neeps, and tatties. The origin of this inoffensive word is simply an alteration of the word potato, and it is thought to have begun in the 18th century. Whether you like your tatties roasted, mashed, or waffled, it's undeniable that this word sounds pretty dodgy. But we think that 1700 Scotland didn't have its mind as far in the gutter as the world's is today.
You gotta fry those tatties. I'm surprised tatties is number 1 and not something with the word cock in it or dick. Tatties. That's a above the waist reference. Anyway, I love tatties. I love them fried especially. It's hard to beat a good fried tatty. Wow, really interesting video. I have not heard of most of these, and I'm surprised I haven't. I feel like when I was 9 years old, I would have used these words as much as I possibly could. I wish I knew these words when my grandparents were alive, so I could say them in front of them, freak them out, and then be like, what? This means a sail. Wonderful British slang, y'all. Way to go. Keep it up. Make up some more. Anyway, this was really good. Thank y'all for watching this with me, and I'll see you next time. Later.